So there is opportunities, even though they won't be ideal to deal with that split push just a little bit. So we'll see. KT Fly has actually taken Ignite as a summoner. He was hovering over Ghost there for a second and decides to go for a lot of kill pressure. That's a huge amount of burst damage with Great.
Where Winged is what happens when Winged is playing on a full moon.
Is that it?
He goes a bit Warwick.
Does he go a bit Warwick, or does he turn into a werebird?
A werebird?
Yeah.
Oh, Che taking it to Chani. Here comes Kuzan over the wall. True Shot Brush comes through, and there's first blood for Kuzan. Nice catch by Jin Air.
I mean, Chani also shouldn't have been there. We're actually at the Rift Herald at that time, and they were trying to give it over to Someday so they could finish the top turret. He actually didn't have to get wards in. He did have some deep wards in, but it was a pretty easy roam over, and now that first dragon.
Oh, it's the Rift Herald. Having a bad day again.
More split pushing for Someday.
You missed it last week, man. Whoa, attack on Fly, and he's gone. Another easy catch for Jin Air. It just seems like when it comes down to it, they're making the picks this game.
Well, another person dies while KT attempts to do.
Speaking of people dying, Herald. Score on the run, get dove under the turret. Kuzan's going to come in again. Nice combo by Che, and the picks just keep coming.
And Kuzan still has TP too, so he's going to get in there and try and make a play actually onto Someday.
Yeah, coming in with the home guard. Someday caught again. Man, that is 4 catches now for Jin Air.
I mean, this is really working for them. They're getting kills.
It is. As long as they're going to take this game, they're off to a good start.
Well, and they're getting another dragon right now. Wing just going to go ahead and solo that. So now they're in an opportunity to start stacking for 5. And they're going to have a very powerful team fighting composition in the late game. So KT knows they have to accelerate this. They're starting to stack on the top side of the map right now.
Well, KT, I think, knows they need to get aggressive. They need to make something happen. And part of it, too, you go back to that first dragon stat. And big fight in the jungle right now. 2 kills already. Coming very soon for Jin Air. Just 1, actually. Yeah. They managed to get a Chani out with the Fates call. Thought he was going to die. Meanwhile, Someday finds Trace in the bot lane, but he's zoned out well enough by the barrels in the tower.
Knows that Che knows that he can just stick around and clear out that ward, considering where the minion
wave
is.
Flash pulverize. Fly coming in too, and Chani gets caught anyway. Score there doing a little bit of damage, but not enough. Ult onto Score now. Zoning barrel. KT not able to respond, and yet another.
Right. Somebody's going to have to play these teamfights really well, which is very hard to do on a Quinn, especially when you don't have an advantage.
And it looks like Jin Air is just going to be able to take that 3rd dragon unopposed and then make it right back to mid lane turret. Make sure that doesn't fall.
They're going to don't try and take that mid tier 1 right there because they were so close with the dragon. But after you get those wards down, you can be a little bit more active. They're going to try and make a play on Winged instead.
Yeah, walks right into that gold card. A little bit of damage from the Thunderlords coming in. Score trying to blow him up. Winged going down. There's the first kill for KT, but answered almost immediately. Oh, Kuzan doesn't kill him. He gets out on the Lantern. Fly dodges the GP ult. And so finally for KT to go into for the late game. So it feels like kind of do or die time now for KT around this dragon. Oh, speaking of dying, Someday may do just that. Trying to win the duel against Trace. Trace flashes ahead. Someday has no life left. There's 1 barrel, and there's a kill for Trace, winning the 1v1 against Quinn with GP. That is not something you expect to happen in this matchup.
Well, he just finished his Infinity Edge, so he actually has a hell of a lot of damage on him, and this is getting into the late game now.
The timing could not have been worse for KT.
Yeah, that's a desperation collateral damage. So there's dragon number 4 going to the Jin Air Green Wings.
And with that, the hope of KT. Very nicely played. Wow, another fight in the mid lane already, or in the river rather. Someday, or rather, Score taken out. Now it's going to be a Baron immediately for Jin Air.
They got 13 seconds till Someday comes back up. Should be enough time with how much damage is in his composition.
Wing gets grabbed, gets pulled in the box. A lot of damage onto him. Jin Air actually a little bit low, but there just aren't enough members of KT around. Engage now coming in for Jin Air. They do lose Che, but they can back off. It seems like, yep, there goes Fly. The last man standing in that fight, Jin Air. Gives up their support for a Baron. Seems to be pretty worth it. Here comes Someday trying to make a play. Goes in onto Winged right away. There's 1 kill, but the response immediately from Jin Air. And that gives Kuzan a triple when things are all said and done.
That was terrible from Someday, trying to go in 1v3. I don't care if you kill Winged in that situation. You need to stay alive for your team. Chani and with Fly dying, they couldn't maintain the pressure, and even though they had those winning lanes, they could never find a chance to use.
Oh, wow. Kuzan getting really aggressive. The ult on to Score. Che comes in for the headbutt. Score trying to get away. Backs off. Throws out that collateral damage. And now KT chasing Jin Air. The turret's still there. Che still tanking more damage as his team takes out the turret. They lose Che, but again, they lose him for a tier 2 turret for Jin Air to try to look for that 5th. Meanwhile, they can just push these turrets pretty easily. Grab onto Kuzan, and there's a box too. Wow, well, okay, Score is right there. I was gonna say, where's the follow-up? But here it comes, Someday and Score right there. Zonia's Fly coming from the side, zoning out Trace. They're gonna get Kuzan, he finally falls. Fly with the Zonias, can Wing take him out? No, he takes a ride on the Lantern. Che there, a bit of a disjointed fight now for Jin Air. And KT, if they can continue this one, if they can close it out, they may be able to grab this next Dragon. Wow. We'll see how soon it comes.
Have a lot of problems, and we see the TP being set up right now.
Now Che coming in. Where's the rest of Jin Air? The box gets dropped. Dragon is up, and from behind comes Kuzan. Could grab a couple of these guys. Goes right over onto Fly, who Zonia's immediately. KT chasing Pilot. They're going to throw a Chanian onto him. Pilot really low. Someday getting a double kill already, and KT may have a chance at this one. They're 1 for 2 already. And the rest of Jin Air getting chased away. Here comes Someday onto Kuzan, Trace, and Wing. Grab doesn't hit. Arrow and Score thinking about coming over the wall. Kuzan threatening with that claw, but they're just going to have to run away. And if you're KT right now, I feel like you should just go and take that Dragon.
I really want to know what happened to Pilot in that fight, but we're going to figure it out in just a second.
The fight continues. Yeah, Trace getting jumped on immediately. Kuzan turning around for a little bit of damage, but Score over the wall. Should be able to do enough after the Zonia's. Wing, though, gets the kill onto Someday. Score finishes off Kuzan at the last moment. But the question is, who gets this Dragon? Is KT going to be able to handle it?
Vision control and this, well, they're not going to finish the Scuttle Crab. That's right, just go for the Dragon right now. Try and take that away.
Well, with Score there, I think they should be able to get it. They will, yeah. Score, Callista, that is plenty of damage. And KT manages, or formerly anti-endorse? Is that a thing?
Condemn.
Should be condemn. Formerly condemning. Jin Air going for this Baron now. They're going to kill it pretty quick. KT coming in from the side, Twisted Fate ultimate used. Kuzan looking for an angle, trying to be safe. Flying Someday, trying to zone out Kuzan. Someday back into the fight right now. Whoa, they blew up Kuzan real fast. That's a couple kills for KT already. Baron taken by Score. KT got it. Arrow doing lots of damage on the outside of the fight. Wing trying to stop him, but he's going 1v1 versus a Callista. Doesn't work like that. Trace on the run, and KT finding a way to make it work. Looks like it's going to be even in kills, but KT with that Baron steal. Uh-oh, Trace, can he get the kill? He can! Oh, man. Oh, Score.
In the late game. Yeah, Score.
Oh, Jin Air going for their 5th Dragon right now as we watch that replay. Dragon's more important, and Jin Air gets it. That's all 5 members with that buff, too. Well, Someday has decided it's a great time to take Jin Air's jungle. He's got a TP to come back in if he needs to. He's recalling at the moment, though. Got that home guard. Pilot gets grabbed. Achani goes in for the play. Che zoning from the back. They're going to bring him back in with the Fate's Call. Score trying to do a little bit of damage on the side, but Chase is tracing away. Drops that GP ult onto the rest of the fight. Trace doing a ton of damage here, and Jin Air seems to be getting the edge onto this one. Arrow low gets back. It's 2 for 2 at the moment, and Someday trying to be a hero in the middle, winged with like 10 health at the moment. But there goes the inhibitor. At the end of the day, Jin Air coming out ahead on that one.
Yeah, 2 for 2. They finally were able to pull the trigger on that dive. Of course, they... Uh-oh.
TP coming in, and Someday, can he be the hero? He finds him, he goes right past, he's like, nope. I have never seen someone nope so fast out of a team fight as I just saw.
Yeah, the income inequality is really disgusting in League of Legends.
It is, it's horrible. We need to feel the burn. Very political today. Jin Air gets their 2nd, 5th Dragon, going right in on Achani, gets pulled in by the Fate's Call. Someday coming from behind, takes a lot of damage. Needs to be careful. There goes Quinn, and Jin Air with this 5th Dragon, poised to clear out this team fight. Hook misses. Being very careful about engaging this one. They know the 4v5 is still dangerous. Pilot coming in, there's some more damage. Achani falls, and Jin Air ready to try to close this one out. Baron is back. They can just zone KT a little bit more and then go for that. Oh, Score gets caught. Nice kick by Lee Sin. Arrow comes in, though, to try to be a hero, but he is dead. And Fly is on his own, just going to take his aggression out on the blue buff. Goodbye, Fly.
Trying to chase him down right now, or at least delay his recall enough. They don't have...
Oh, Score going in onto Wings. It's a duel. 5th Dragon will do enough. The jungle duel, and Score is coming out ahead on this one. Winged in trouble, gonna smite the Scuttle Crab. Score chasing, and Wing barely gets out because of that ward. Meanwhile, though, the game is over, and Jin Air takes it. GG. That jungle duel was just too cool. We didn't need to see the end of the game.
Yeah, actually, that little fight right there, Trace and Kuzan teleported straight into the base on the Super Minion Wave in order to take it out. So nice job from them, and they bought time as well using Wing. Wing preserving his KDA in the end. He probably should have died nobly right there, considering what was happening in the base.
I suppose. I think KG's got something weird planned here.
I think they do too, though.
Yeah. I don't think it's Rammus.
It is Rammus.
Maybe it's Rammus. Okay, it is Rammus. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa. You ready for home guard Rammus getting in your back lines, man?
I am.
Gotta go fast.
It's a matter of how he can do in the laning phase. Needless to say, I do not know much about the Poppy Rammus matchup, so we'll be learning together today, everybody.
It's a first for me, too, believe it or not.
Ordinarily in the KT side lanes, of course, with Callista and Rammus, you wouldn't see a lot of wave clear, but Ezreal.
Hook onto Wing. Score is right there. They may be able to make something out of this. Nice play. Wing kept in there. Might have to flash. Very low health. Takes the magical journey. They're going to follow. Cosmic Binding doesn't hit. They're going to keep chasing. Wing still very low. Used his flash finally. So they get the summoner anyway. No summoners used, I believe, on the side of KT. No. But a close call for Wing.
Very close, but still manages to elude death there, at least for a short time.
Oh, if that minion wave wouldn't have been in, that would have been such a cool hook on the pilot.
And Score dropped his ultimate pretty early there, too.
Yeah.
So won't have that for any possible Rumble ganks coming up.
It's got a pretty low cooldown overall, though, so yeah, I feel like it doesn't hurt you too much to use that ultimate a bit more liberally.
Yep, but found an opportunity. I mean, Wing was only level 5 in that gank, and we see Score has done a lot more counter jungling this game, so he's gotten that pretty substantial CS advantage over the opposition. This lane swap really just has played out in KT's favor.
But can they turn it into some real edges in the early mid game?
Well, this very bladed Rammus says yes. There are tons of edges.
He's got a lot of edges built in.
Yeah. He can tank this dragon. He can tank turrets very effectively. I'm just going to TP right back into the mid lane.
Dodge away. I guess they're just going to give it up.
Just there. They have the Rumble ultimate up, so they probably could have made a bit of a scene in the Dragon Pit, at least prevented Jin Air from taking this, but instead they will just leave it to die. And of course, we look at our first dragon win rates. Just a little bit of a slow there. Yep. Trying to prevent him from getting around.
Oh, hook on the pilot. He's got his flash. He's got his arcane. Whoa, there we go. Okay, equalizer brought in. Nice Fates call. Nice play. Jin Air in big trouble. 2 kills. Go over to KT really fast. That was a great bit of CS from Arrow and Ignar there.
Yeah, you have to be so careful against this Rammus and this Rumble when it comes to the tower dives, because they can just chase you down. You have to back away from those turrets immediately because they will find you and they will kill you.
Just like Liam Neeson in Taken. They will find you. They have a unique composition.
I haven't seen Taken, so I don't get the reference. But
oh, really? You don't know the famous, like, I will find you and kill you phone call thing?
Neither of which has fantastic wave clear early, so Rams is going to get to the point where he gets really scary, and then this is going to happen.
Run, Graves, run! Here comes Rammus. Equalizer dropped to zone out Winged, and Rammus will kill you slowly.
He has 200 armor already. There's nothing Wing can do.
Death by 1,000 cuts from Rammus. Time to powerball. All right. Trace is right there. He knocks Score all the way over. Nice Q, and yeah, that's how it's gonna go.
This is what it's like to be outdrafted, Doa.
I guess so.
Maybe he actually just says okay, except when he's taunting someone, and that's where he saves all of his sick insults.
He just, what he says is just so filthy that they don't even put it in the language pack. It's so vile through Perpetrator. R-rated champion. Well, they got that dragon. First one for KT. That slows down Jin Air's plans, obviously. Rift Herald is going to go over to KT as well. Give it right over the jungler, as you normally do. I mean, in the second one, I don't really remember a lot about it, but Shay's getting roasted. It's got that cosmic binding. So be careful. Whoa, Ignar comes in. with the box, getting aggressive there.
Comes
and
Sunday.
KT on the attack. Here comes the power ball. All right, on to Che. Arrow taken out, winged. Damage comes in for KT already. Kuzan, not in a place you probably want to be right now. And are they just going to dive Trace here? Maybe. They've got enough pressure to just push the tier 2 down and bottom.
We certainly do, so
Yeah.
got the opportunity, and they're just going to...
All right, someday, the zoning bot is zoning. Dragon taken by KT. They're going to go after Trace and Wing now. A little bit of a knock up there. Someday doing some damage. Trace wants to fight. Don't know if that's a great idea. Tempered Fate on the score. Doesn't do a lot. Oh, goodbye. Ignar comes in. There's the equalizer going down. Trace is going to get taken out. Ignar backs away, gets killed off anyway by score, but Winged may fall. Fly doing some damage. Arrow doing more. There's another kill for Rammus as he just calmly walks away from the turret. That's going to be enough for KT out of that one, I think. 1 for 2. And the Dragon. I'd say that's a successful encounter.
There's nothing Janair can do about this Rammus pick.
This box, not used. Equalizer, Wing flashes out of it. They're going to go over the wall. Fate's Call used. Nice combo from Ignar. That's some damage. Okay, zone. Yeah, no, Tempered Fate to keep Winged alive, but not enough. And that's another kill for KT.
Now is the time to take Dragon and then take Baron.
Yep. So third Dragon going over to KT with no trouble at all. And yeah, then you just start to put all the pressure onto Baron. Very long, very complicated.
And now they will actually start it. Yay.
All right, it's Baron time. And Trace has no teleport, by the way. So he will not be able to get there.
Well, the
Tempered Fate keeps Baron alive for the moment.
They really just want to fight this, though.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think KT is too worried about going in. Here we go. Powerball time. Gets slowed down by that item from Pilot, but Someday still zoning well. Gets it onto Winged and Che. There's a kill. Arrow able to fill people with spears. Another one comes in, and they're just going to ignore the turret. Flash him score. Trying to catch him with a harpoon. Whoa, goodbye. Trace eliminates 2 people from the fight for the moment anyway. Goes in onto Arrow. Arrow could be in a bit of trouble. In fact, he's taking turret damage. How is he going to survive this? Fly takes the turret aggro away. Pilot still alive, doing some, takes out Someday. KT, though, still with the big team fight win. They nearly get the ace, and they get enough that a Baron should soon follow.
Arrow, I can't believe he stayed alive over the course of that fight. The Lulu shield was really doing a lot of work. So was the Bloodthirster shield in the end as he hopped underneath that turret. Very nicely done. And they'll be rewarded. Someday here is at 20% HP, but has no problem.
Doesn't matter.
Tanking this Baron.
It's okay.
He's got 400 armor in defensive ball curl form.
No,
defensive ball kill.
You were right, man.
And the equalizer, and that's it.
Right.
There's nothing Janair can do about that. They have no tools to deal with the Rammus in their back line.
Dead Man's plate picked up for Someday now because he didn't have enough armor yet. But this pressure from KT looks pretty unbeatable. Someday TP's back in. Here comes the Rammus getting in the back lines. Goes after Wing now. They're going to throw the Fate's Call in onto Trace. Someday just blocking the rest of the team from doing anything. Ignar got a little bit low. Someday still looking unkillable. There go the Nexus turrets. The Nexus going down. I think it's Operation Kill Someday now. Nope, not going to die. 4-0-6, and KT ties up the series with a Game 2 win. GG. Or should I say, okay.
Wow.
Well, that
was a really clever draft from KT. I think Ezreal was probably the right choice here, but we'll see how experienced Arrow is. No doubt he's been practicing it a lot on the next patch, but that's a pretty big change for Kog'Maw. Yeah, making sure he gets his flat damage to scale his abilities off of, therefore he can wave through that much better.
Frozen getting a bit of damage on the Fly. Equalizer dropped on the score. Are they going to really chase? There's a flash from Che. The pillar goes down, and that's enough for first blood. Going over to Winged. Ignar on the run now, taking some poke from Pilot.
I mean, clearly, the cruelty to animals is rampant in this game. People just go killing things.
Look at that.
Sport or money.
And poor Dragon.
They don't even use the parts of the Dragon, dude.
No, they don't use any of it. They just kind of leave it there, and it just dissolves away. Janair takes the first Dragon.
See? Why would you kill a Dragon?
Eventually, you can make something out of it. Rift Herald's just too tough for score, I guess. Trace coming in on to Fly. They're going to chase him a little bit. Equalizer goes down. They're trying to zone away from that. Trace takes some damage under the Chaos Storm, but the Wild Growth keeps him well and healthy. Meanwhile, Arrow slowed down. There's Che. Flash from Arrow comes in. The exhaust lands. That's going to be a kill for Janair. And there's not much that Ignar can do.
They actually burned the TP at the same time, so now Trace will have teleport advantage, and here come the turrets.
And now it is time for the Rift Squadron to die.
This is your favorite time of the game where he's evicted.
That's right. Get out of there. That's Baron's house.
He's been served his eviction notice.
Yep. Here we go. The package has come in on the fly, but he's just going to flash the wall, get away. Valkyrie used by Poppy. Trace coming down. Death Ray does a bit of damage. There's a flash from Trace, and the execute comes in from Graves.
Yeah, forced right into that choke point, so the Q just rebounds right on top.
I feel like this is a little bit more of what we saw in game number 1, too. Oh, Someday trying to be a hero, going in there, ults, but doesn't really knock anyone away. Ignar comes in for his own CC. They still kill Poppy. It doesn't really stop anything. Nice equalizer coming down from Winged. That's going to secure that turret. And yep, ping's going down in the Dragon area, and I think Jin Air is going to go grab their second. But as I was saying before that happened, I feel like we're seeing similar stuff to what we saw in game 1, where Jin Air is being very aggressive, being decisive in these turret takings, but I want to see them finish decisively too, you know?
Well, they're starting to stack up that dragon, so they may just disappoint you, Doa, and get 5 dragons twice.
And so Jin Air will be able to just simply go for the third. 2 away from a game-ending 5th dragon for Jin Air.
And a short 42 minutes. So
yeah,
coming in under their average game time.
Below average, yeah. Way to go, Jin Air.
That's a fast Jin Air game, Doa.
That's if they can close it out right after they take that 5th dragon, though. That's good. Jeez. Trundle really yells. Oh, here we go. Someday coming back in, coming for the flank, gets the ult, knocks up Pilot. Pilot in a little bit of trouble, re-engaged from Ignar. A lot of damage coming in from that jungle rumble. Trundle on the run. Arrow gets low already. There's the exhaust on the fly. He's going to get taken out easily. Meanwhile, Kuzan just dueling with Ignar. We know how this one ends up. Yep, that's right. Lulu, you used to be a support.
Joining his comrades here in the bottom side to try and take out this inhibitor turret once and for all.
Should have no problem doing that. Shay takes a bit of damage. Oh, nice snipe from Arrow, though, but he may pay for it. In fact, he will. There's a kill for Graves. Trace is caught right into the Kog'Maw. Oh, he lives because of the wild growth. Close call. KT on the run now. Flash. Score going for the execute onto Wing. Sends out the Spider. Spider not going to get there quite in time. Cocoon 1 pixel away from catching Wing and giving him a kill.
Yeah, Winged at the end there, just using his smite on the red buff.
And keeping Victor out of that Baron fight is very, very good for Jin Air. Uh-oh, Traso might be in trouble. Forced to duel Someday coming in. Doesn't take too much damage from the Chaos Storm. He's just going to go for the inhibitor. Someday trying to keep him away. And meanwhile, I don't know what's going on, but Jin Air not going for that Baron. Someday chasing Trace all the way back. Look at that. There's the knockup finally. Meanwhile, Kuzan gets the kill on the score, and Jin Air's going to finally go for this Baron, which I thought they were kind of trying to do earlier, but looks like KT tried to stop them. TP coming in now for Fly. And it was canceled as Jin Air turns around. Ignar takes a lot of damage. Equalizer drop. There's the exhaust. They catch Arrow. And now it's time for the Baron.
Yeah, finally getting that kill, but Pilot with that burst damage, they played it out right. We saw that Trace was very busy distracting members of KT at home. That sowed the seeds of confusion. They get vision control over the Baron and start to do it. They turn at the right time too. Don't overcommit. There it is. First Baron of the game over to the Jin Air Green Wings.
Yeah. Let's watch that one again. Just a good catch on the score, it looks like. Yep.
Nice job baiting it out.
Nowhere to repel to.
Was destroyed immediately.
Yep. Pretty much. So Jin Air powered up by the Baron. They're going to go for their 4th dragon, of course. First things first, Monte Cristo, you got to get that dragon.
Make sure you can lock up all those objectives, Doa.
That's right. Not going to be a perfect game. They lost a couple people, but it's going to be near perfect if
Jin Air wins this too. It's a major affirmation of them.
It
means that
Someday coming in from the side. There's a double knockup. Equalizer dropped right away to try to split up the team. Jin Air backs off, turns around, pretty methodical. Ignar with that ult, pretty tanky. Trace coming from the side now. Wing flashes away. He's low, but it looks like Jin Air is doing just fine as they push into the base of KT. Score goes down. Trace there, Winged lane, a chance to really push up. only Someday going down to defend that, and that's going to be the Q, I think, for Jin Air to come in. Whoa, Fly caught. There's the equalizer. Exhaust goes down. There goes Fly. Ignar tries to make a play by jumping the back lines. Nice headbutt on the pilot, but there's no one there to follow up on it. Scoring Someday on the run, and with both carries dead, I think this is looking like the game right here for Jin Air.
That is.
Someday, Arrow, and Score left. I guess Arrow's kind of a carry, but you can see that Kog'Maw not working out at all for KT this game. And Jin Air, well-played series, and they will take this one 2-1. There goes the Nexus, GG.
And that game for Jin Air was how KT wanted to win the first game of the series, with just winning lanes and better pressure.
Right.
Abusing the lack of wave clear, but they never got rolling because Kuzan went off in the mid lane on Lysandra. That was very methodical from Jin Air that game. Much better closure than we typically see.
And right now, this match, my money's on Samsung, but we've seen stranger things, so who knows?
That we have. We have seen stranger things, but I'm intrigued by the trading here from Crown. We didn't get to see that, but he's really having a lot of success using his W to harass.
I guess so.
There we go.
There's some more return damage. Oh, wow. Wow, the flash, and Crown goes in, gets the first blood. The Ignite did the job.
Wow.
That is a tough 1v1 to lose, man, at just 3 minutes into the game. Ouch.
Huge problems, though. Already 10 CS back. Had to pick up a second Doran's ring just to help himself survive the first. Oh, my.
Whoa. Okay, there we go. Crown just taking Sky out. Just wait, and then auto normally. Oh, Stitch caught. There's a box going down. Stitch trying to rocket jump away, but the culling will get the kill for Kramer. And CJ needed that one.
Ambition on all the way on the opposite side of the map, and Stitch used his flash and his heal right there, but a great play from Madlife just keeps him in the box.
Man, the ability that Madlife has had to make plays.
It's still going to be quite tough for them. Madlife going to check out the blue buff right now, find that.
Samsung's going to take
it. He took it.
Madlife got the blue buff. Flash anyway, though. Wraith, there's a headbutt. Madlife's going to give that blue buff right back. Goes over to Crown, actually. And now Wraith on the run. CJ looking for a little bit of revenge.
Where's waiting to
Tara
TP.
is not giving up. Yeah, Bubbling Sky coming in, too. Here comes a teleport from Samsung. They may turn this one around. Spear onto Bubbling. Kube coming in. Chaos Storm down onto Wraith.
Scary top laners, but it's just not going to be enough against Fiora in the late game. You know, the problem, too, with playing Nara to Fiora is that you really can't ult.
But it really has been pick on Sky day.
Most CJ games are pick on Sky day.
Yeah, I suppose. Sometimes it's pick on Utara day. Oh, speaking of picking on Sky, there's the Ignite. Easy kill for Crown.
Crown is playing with LeBlanc super well mechanically.
He is.
MVP performances tonight.
Yeah. It's really the solo kills in lane that are so impressive by Crown. There's Dragon number 2 for Samsung. Well,
I mean, they were trying to force a fight and then play with their pick composition.
Okay then. Crown does a lot of damage. Teleport coming in for CJ, and Tara's like, did I miss anything? No Gnar anytime soon. Why would you do that? He doesn't have Mega Gnar. There's Flash. Nice headbutt pulverize. Oh boy, Untara's in big trouble now. There's Mega Gnar. Will he get over the wall? I don't think so. Fiora, not so grand of a challenge. Not really a challenge at all to get that one. Man, Crown is he's destined to get a lot of kills, but not a lot of blue buffs. Ambition just going ham right now. So aggressive, jumps over the gravity field. Wraith trying to zone a little bit. This is getting a little bit messy. Crown really can't come in and do much at the moment. There's the knockup. Fiora gets a turret somewhere in the meantime, but CJ's winning a team fight here.
Well, they were winning a 3v5.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, it is a fight with the team, so it is a team fight. Sky finally has a kill, but just doesn't have a ton of damage yet. Dragon's up, and Samsung's going to try to take their 3rd in a row. Shouldn't have any problem doing that with Wraith and Ambition.
Ambition built Lich Bane on mid lane. That is curious.
You know, it's for the turret pushing?
It's for the sweet all-ins.
That's right.
In Cougar form.
Well, I guess we just saw him try that in the jungle, didn't we?
Well, Steric's Gauge, you know, doesn't make that hard. He's actually have to use his heal.
Oh, Tara, flash alt, Stitch is there. He may have bit off more than he could chew. Was the flash worth it? I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
Wraith gets out. Oh, Crown making a play, takes down Madlife. Meanwhile, Kuve and Ambition just pushing through the Nexus turrets. All right, this game's gotten a bit silly at the end here. Kramer going in onto Wraith and Crown. He may live to regret it, though. Wow,
nice flash.
Dodges it. Yeah, dodges a pulverize. Really nice for the kill onto Wraith.
One Nexus turret remaining. There's literally nothing they can do.
Culling takes out one super minion. All right, that's your ultimate right there. Oh, Crown wants to kill in the fountain. Can't quite do it. Untara with a big ult in the back line, but no follow-up. They're going to go after Kube now. Ambition still there. Thinking about coming in. There's a kill for Crown. He wants more. Ambition goes to the fountain. Gets one for Stitch. There goes the Nexus. I think they just want more kills. Yeah, Nexus is going up pretty slow, guys. Oh, Kube reposts the damage, and there goes the Nexus. He lives. And that's game one. Samsung taking it with style.
Wow, just really winning that out of the laning phase. We saw the strengths of CJ right there, where Kramer and Mad Life were able to turn around that lane and get the 2v2 kill onto Stitch, but just wasn't enough as Sky just couldn't hold it together in mid. 1-5-1 on that Victor. And
I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Frost Nova, whatever it's called.
Frost Nova, Ring of Frost. I think you're naming abilities from World of Warcraft now, Monte Cristo.
Well, that's a game that I never really played, so I wouldn't know that.
There's still abilities from there. I think Monty's a closet WoW player.
It's actually from Warcraft 3 where the Lich had. Those changes were reversed.
Oh, yeah. And more turrets fall.
Swapping right back. I mean, this is going great for CJ. Kramer sitting here, stacking up his tier, not getting shot in the face by Lucian or frozen by Lissandra.
Ambition, here comes Mad Life, gonna try to make a play. There's the slow with the Cosmic Binding. Ambition still low. True Shot Barrage comes through, doesn't do a whole lot. First Blood goes over to Bubbling. CJ looking for more now, and they found Crown. There's a bit of revenge as they're gonna finally finish him off. Sky gets the kill. CJ fans like that, and now they're gonna go right for that first dragon.
Yeah, no TPs out of the top laners either in that engagement to try and come in. Ambition again, playing when the minion waves were pushed up in mid and bottom, so didn't really have control over that. Did have wards, but caught out.
Yeah, right. Home improvement, I suppose, too. Oh, TP coming in. Untara wants to make a play. Going in under Wraith. They've got Kramer right there, too. Knockup coming in. Rest of CJ there. Ult's not going to save him. Kill for Untara. A lot used for just that pick on the support, but we'll see if they can turn it into a turret. Need to come in. Not going to happen, though. Oh, Tempered Fate misses. Wraith still takes a lot of damage. Here comes Untara over the wall. Ambition with a lot of damage onto him. Stitch and Crown in a good spot. Sky trying to force him away. Untara not able to do a whole lot. Kuve gets so low, taken out when he tries to complete the challenge, and in the end, CJ wins that fight big time. What a turnaround.
Gets away somehow. Now Stitch and Crown don't have ultimate in that fight, so it's like CJ's just going to get an uncontested Baron while Samsung just pushes out the waves.
Wraith drops a ward into the Baron pit. They know this is going on. And we got to see the engage. Samsung getting ready. CJ disengages, teleport coming in. They're going to try to flank with Untara. Right away, the ultimate popped by Kuve. Going to go in. Crown getting low. Gets taken out. Kills on each side. Stitch gets a good angle on this one. Bubbling taken out as well. Wraith gets out of the fight. And now this Fiora is starting to go off a bit. Samsung backs away. They've gotten a 1 for 3. They've been winning the fight. Kramer running for his life. Kuve gets caught by that Cosmic Binding.
I think this season it has been very good.
CJ going for that 5th dragon. It's do or die time for Samsung. They need to stop this. Wraith coming in. That's a good culling on the Mad Life. Takes a lot of damage. Untara trying to zone for his team. That dragon still has half health right now. Kuve looking for an angle to come in. And Wraith maybe from the side. This could be it. Comes in with the E. There we go. W into the self-ult. And now Samsung comes in with all this damage. They get the pop on the ultimate for Kuve. That's a lot of healing for Samsung too. They've got CJ on the run. Sky goes down. And CJ has lost another fight. Kramer can still do damage though. Maybe they can turn it around. Maybe he can steal this dragon. Samsung needs this dragon so badly. Ambition, somebody needs to block the damage from Kramer coming in. Good positioning by Ambition, and that dragon goes to Samsung. That was so crucial, and with the death timers, they can just run over to that Baron if they want to. They're a little bit low though, maybe.
Yeah, they're a little bit low. Well, we'll see if they do it. TP is up for Untara, so maybe a risk.
It's now or never. I think it's a little bit too late. Ping's going down for Samsung. They may try it. And they may lose the game. Okay, Ward was there, I believe. They saw it.
14 seconds till Bubbly's coming up. Bubbly does not have a tunnel close to this Baron.
They're going for it. Kuve trying to zone. Baron going down very quickly. Ambition low already. Untara, Kramer coming in. Can they possibly seal it? Ambition
they knocked the
knocked
juggler
away.
out.
That's true. Oh! Mad Life with the ult onto the Baron. Do they get it? It does go over to Samsung anyway. They're going to turn it around. Cuvée low, but that's 3 kills already in the favor of Samsung. Here comes Bubbling, though, trying to turn it. Mad Life still up, but it's only Sky and Mad Life. Double kill for Crown. The recall. Can they move fast enough? Tosses that ult. It's going to throw Ambition back, I suppose. Wow, they're trying to make a play with Wraith again. CJ trying to do it. Yeah, Ambition. Oh, no. Wow, look at that play from Sky. Managed to take out Cuvée, and with 2 carries out of commission, CJ may be able to turn this one around now. Wraith could try to go in on this, actually.
No, they don't have the other damage there, so they're going to...
Crown's back.
They're going to stop this.
He's going to go. He's going in. There's a W onto Bubbling. A little bit low. Tempered Fate happens. Two-shot barrage. Not the greatest synergy there. Nice Cosmic Binding, though. Crown really low. A kill for Sky. CJ may have it right here. Sky so low, though. Gets killed off by Ambition. What a brawl. CJ barely ahead here. Wraith alive, but he's the only one. CJ is going to win this game.
Nope. Stitch is up at 5.
Yep. You sure?
I'm sure he's up at 5.
I'm sure he's up at 5. Not sure that they're going to win. Wraith coming in, trying to be the support and carry. Here comes Stitch, trying to do the damage. Drops the culling, drops Mad Life, drops Untara, and they're going to keep chasing. Kramer not able to get the turret. Wow, Crown Fiesta indeed.
Well, this has been an interesting end to this one.
It's been a bit sloppy from both sides, no doubt. Saying if you go for that dragon, we're going to go for the base race, but there's no turrets protecting. Ooh, Wraith fighting this one. Going in, alt use, they knock Wraith away, and that means Untara's going to go into Ambition. Jeez, this game.
All right, they can't fight that dragon. Samsung has to give it up now. They took too much poke damage.
Yeah, Ambition a little bit too low. CJ grabs that 5th dragon. Can they end the game, though?
No. Yes, it does, and they're just going to ditch it and try and go for this Baron.
Wow, and Baron plus 5th dragon would be almost impossible for Samsung to stop. They're going to get the Baron, too. CJ gets it. Can Samsung win a team fight? Tempered Fate catches Wraith. Samsung really disorganized. Wraith trying to get over the wall. Ambition was recalling at the time. Samsung on the run. Untara not able to use that ult on anybody. Oh, Wraith.
Trying to make this fight out. They want
this.
This
could be it. Untara goes in onto Crown. Crown in big trouble, gets out. He made it out. And now Wraith coming in. Will be able to get it. There's the W. Where's the ult? Oh! Cuvée got his ult. The heal comes in for Samsung. CJ on the run. They lost Bubbling. Samsung holding all the cards now. It was only the jungler that went down. Untara thinking about it. Samsung may have the flank. They could come from the side here.
CJ is just trying to threaten right now. They're really scared about this Baron.
Yes, they are. They should be. Baron is up. CJ just thinking about rushing it.
They're going to go for the base race here. Yeah. They're just going to go straight for the Nexus.
Magical Journey, and they may be able to catch him too. I don't think Samsung can get there in time. Tempered Fate used. They stop right. They're going for the Nexus. They're going to get it. CJ just rushes it down for the win. Oh, man. What an end to that game.
Wow, Mad Life again with the Tempered Fate. And they let CJ have the angle in, and the Magical Journey plus the Tempered Fate was enough, stopping the recall of Wraith, who could have...
Gonna have to be a careful game coming in from Crown.
Yeah, that said, you do get a lot of kill pressure, though, onto Lux later on if you can get rolling.
Yep, very true. Get the blue buff. Nice try. Yeah. Dried fruit is better. Real fruit is better. An attack on Cuvée. Riposte works. Bubbling trying to head him off of the pass. Fight happening. Cuvée will just self-ult. Crown comes in looking for the kill. Bubbling in trouble. Sky throws out the shield, but it's not going to save his jungler. First blood finally goes over to Ambition. Yeah, pretty much.
And now it's dragon time.
All right. Samsung takes it. The end.
It was a good story.
Yep. Not for the dragon.
Using that range advantage on the viewer early to at
least
punish her while they still can. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Over the wall. Big dive onto Sky. Bubbling trying to save his mid laner. Ambition comes in for the execute. He's going to be fine. Now Bubbling may be in a little bit of trouble. Cuvée tanking a lot of turret hits, so it's time to get out. Yeah. And with Sky out of the way, I think this one's going to go to Samsung. This would be their second dragon now. Lux ult doesn't really do anything. Turret still goes down. Bubbling gonna chase. Here comes the teleport. Gonna try to come in and make a play here. Shara all over Crown. A kill comes in right away.
Splash from Bubbling there on burrowing, so he couldn't take the second part of his E to safety. And now the reversal of this play.
Yeah, they might be able to get the middle lane turret. Ooh, Wraith coming in with a big engage. Gets ulted though. Untara looking for that heal. He's going to be able to get it. There it is, flashing over the wall, stays away from the turret. Aggro riposte onto Stitch. Makes it out. CJ coming alive. What a play.
Wow, well, I mean, that was a 5-on-4, but
Maybe.
maybe they will. TP.
Oh, TP coming in for Kube. TP wars. Kube goes in for the W for the ult. Sky hits nothing with his ultimate. Only Sky, he gets killed though. And now it may be a Baron for Samsung right off of that. Wow, this has been just like TP play after TP play here. This game has been kind of weird.
Mad Life just blocked a True Shot Barrage with his Unbreakable, and now a 24-minute Baron, and not much that's going to stop them. All the carries are gone, and Tara isn't there. Mad Life is too low, so free Baron for Samsung as they overstay, not paying attention to the death timer from Cuvée, and that is going to cost them dearly.
Bubbling thinks about trying to go after this mid lane turret, but he just doesn't have the damage to do it. Actually about a third remaining. That's not bad at all. They have gotten a lot done with this. Going for the inhibitor turret up in top lane now. CJ's going to engage. This is going to be the time to do it. Culling used Wraith, kicked into the back lines. Lux ultimate does some damage onto Stitch. They still can't save their turret. Wow. Cuvée going in, ult onto Mad Life now, looking for a kill. Mad Life throws out that Unbreakable, not quite such. Untara comes in, tries to make a play, taken out by Crown right away though. Bubbling on his own. You know what? Fighting 1v4 repeatedly for CJ just hasn't worked out. Are we actually going to see the end of the game right here?
Yeah, looks like we might. They're just going to press in and take it. They have two cannon minions, so plenty of tankiness.
The carries are alive though. Sky trying to make a play. Whoa, there goes Kramer. Crown's got enough damage for it. Sky taken out. There's the ace, and there's the game. So after all that, Monty, a 27-minute win for Samsung to close this series out. This was a bizarre best of three, wasn't it?
Well, it escalated really quickly, and I think what we could say about this is Samsung, they had a pretty convincing Game 1 victory and a pretty convincing Game 3 victory, and when they were down out of the laning phase,